up? It's Andy with the Birdcage Brigade, and I'm here with my cousin, Angel Padilla. And Angel, what did you do the other day?
It was this past Sunday. I went to locals with Peanut Butter Luffy.
Boom, PB Luffy, PB and J Luffy.
I won locals.
Nice.
The round went up to 5. The rounds that I had, round 1 was against a Red Purple Luffy. Then I had 2 matches against Blue Dofi. Then I had 1 match against Lucci, and then the last round was against BY Luffy.
Alrighty. Well, then let's get right into this deck profile with PB Luffy.
All right, so starting off, it's always going to be with the 4 laws. You got to have the 4 laws. They help you search for everything. It's great to open with. If you don't find it, then you're going to be having a little bit of a tough time if you don't find your pieces. The type of removal that I use 2 of the one-legged toy soldier.
For sure.
I think that's a lot better than playing the Suru right now, especially if you're going against Blackbeard.
Yeah, for the black matchup, for sure.
The activate main, it helps. Even though I didn't run into any Blackbeards, I mean, this is still a really good card to play.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta have the Usohachis. Very good late game. They rest. Early counters, you can bring them back with Moria if you need to. The next one that I run, I just use this as a 2K. I run 4 of the Black Marias. If you don't have your Zoro in your opening hand, this one is pretty good to work with still. It still gives you the ramp, and it still lets you find a way to start the process of being able to get to your higher cost cards.
For sure.
And the way to get to that, you always want to see this guy right here, the Roronoa Zoro.
Yeah.
It allows you to ramp. Even if you play 2, you can still get a Dom back, hold 1 up, put 1 on the leader to give everything +1. I have 4 of the Frankies.
Nice. With the 1 alt art. Very nice.
I will say that this card can save you, and it's also really easy to just toss it. If you want to counter out with it early, don't be afraid.
Nice.
It really comes in handy, especially if you're trying to focus more on removal of the game.
And I assume it comes back.
And it always comes back.
Yeah, it always comes
back. The other blocker that I run is 3 of the Shirahoshi.
Spicy.
It comes back with Moria. It helps you get early removal cost if they start spamming out a bunch of cards at the same time, especially with Dofi. If you're going to be playing and they're going to be just doing the Jinbei into Weevil, Jinbei into something else. And it helps you get a blocker early on board. Or if you need to counter out with it is fine.
For sure.
Now, my Sanji package.
All the Sanjis.
The
crazy Sanji list.
I run 3 different versions of Sanji in mine.
Nice.
I have 4 of the KO Sanji.
Nice.
Going on curve, this card helps you out so much. I don't like not opening with this card in my hand, because if I don't, then I feel like I gotta search for it.
Right. Okay.
The next Sanji that I play is 2 of the blocker Sanji.
Nice.
Now, what I removed and what I thought was the best way to go about playing this deck is I took out 2 of the purple 9-cost Luffys. I felt like having the extra counter in hand would help a lot more, especially because the bigger bodies that I play out are not tailored around Rush too much, except for the 9-cost Kaido, which is coming up. But
spoiler.
Even if you're going down and down a lot, you get to just play them out for 3, which is, really, really good towards the late game. And the third Sanji that I run 3 of the Rush Sanjis.
Rush Sanji. Nice.
I like to see this card on curve, whether if it's to get an extra hit at life or if I want to start attacking the board more. I'm trying to get cards out of hand. Whenever my opponent has a lot of cards in hand, I don't really feel too safe attacking in the life.
Right.
Now, to bring everything back from the dead, you always have to run Moria.
Yep, 4 Moria.
You gotta have the 4 Morias. They bring back the Shirahoshi. They bring back your Frankies. And they bring back Toy Soldier. These are really good targets every time that you play out Moria. If you need to filter out your hand, I choose the Frankie. If I'm looking to remove something on board that's really, really high cost, I'll play out Gecko Moria into a Shirahoshi. into a one-legged toy soldier, and you could take 4 or 5, 6, you could take 7 cost out of one character if you're trying to remove it.
For sure.
With just this combo with the gecko. The other top-end card that I'm playing, I'm running 3 of the Kaidos.
Ooh, nice.
I like this better than the 9 cost Luffy, because even though you're going down and dawn, you still get one back with the leader effect.
For sure.
And you're not only KOing something at the same time, but you're also attacking at the same time.
Right.
And I think right now, that's like the best way to go with this deck. I feel like if you have a good tempo going, you're able to establish a body, KO something at the same time. It's easier for you to have control of the game.
For sure.
And I have to have 2 of these. Sometimes I play them, sometimes I don't.
you don't have to show them off too.
You don't
Very
really need
nice.
the 10 cost.
Right.
If you're going to be playing out multiple geckos, multiple Kaidos, if we're able to get those out. But sometimes it's very helpful, especially if you're going against BY Luffy, to take that extra turn, get their leader buff away from them. If you're trying to clear things on board and you want to be able to have a couple of big swings coming at them, and this helps you ramp back up so quick. Whenever you play one of these out, you'll get back up to 5 really fast. You'll find yourself to be able to play out of Black Maria to get yourself back up to 7, 8.
Oh, I bet that feels great
That
to
feels
do
amazing.
that.
And then after you play this, then you could just play out another Kaido on your next turn and just do it again.
And just do it again.
Another combo after playing the Luffy, you could get your you can get your 6 cost Sanji out for 3.
For 3, yeah.
Because
for sure.
you're so much less than Dawn. You can even play him out and then have one Lon for leader, make this a 7, make that an 11.
Nice.
It's really hard for Lucci to get rid of an 11 cost.
Right.
This one extra cost that this provides is very annoying for them.
Sweet.
And going into my events, every purple Luffy deck has to play this. Like,
Oh, for sure.
I can't stress enough how much of a saver this is. Going late in game, you don't have many cards but just bricks in hand, and you need to discard something. You get 2 more cards back, and you can still use those 2 cards that you draw. A perfect scenario would be to play this out and then draw 2 2Ks and then counter out again.
Oh, yeah.
And it helps so much.
For sure.
And going into my other removal, I play 3 of the top knots.
A nice 3 of right there.
Yeah,
Very good.
I think the top knot's a lot better than the Gum Gum Lightning.
Yeah.
I believe that one KOs a 6,000 or less.
Oh, for sure.
Even though you can't search for it, if I'm gonna go against Lucci, BY Luffy, I always want to make sure that I at least have one of these in hand.
Yeah.
Getting rid of a Shirahoshi, not a Shirahoshi, the blocker Rebecca
Yeah.
against Lucci. If you top knot one of these, and if you top knot a Lucci, a 4-cost Lucci, then they're not going to be able to play that back with Moria. They're not going to be able to loop their stuff.
Going back to the deck.
With BY Luffy, I wait until they have the Black Sabo, the blocker. I play out a Toy Soldier, get rid of it with top knot.
Oh, yeah.
And make them
Nice
bottom deck
removal
it.
right there.
That way they can't use it. That way they can't recycle it.
And the trigger is awesome.
And the trigger's good.
It just, you do what it says.
You do what it says.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's my that was my deck list for PB Luffy.
PB Luffy.
And I was able to get the winner Sanji card.
Boom. All right. Cousin. We'll see you later. Birdcage Brigade out.